Hi everyone, and welcome home. Welcome to a space where we work to build skills to create a home within you. A space where we can have a different perception on life, where we remember that our minds are survivalistic in nature. And in that nature, our minds will create attack thoughts on self and on others, often stemming from fear and often resulting in shame and shaming. Yet here, as we work to build a home within, and we remember how our mind works, we can remember that survivalistic mind separates us from the only truth that matters, and that is that we are infinite beings, all of us. And in that truest form, we are whole, perfect, and complete. When we can remember that, we can ban the shame within and end the shaming of others. Why is this also so important? Because we can pause when agitated. We can then sit back and wait for intuitive guidance. So a home within, again, it's a safe place that you can retreat to and just be gentler on yourself and gentler on others. There is a song, one of my favorite songs by U2, and it is called Running to Stand Still. I love that phrase. And I have to say that there are days like today where, with the Monterey shootings up in LA County, a football game, a lot of different projections and sensing other struggles, I felt like I was running to stand still. Sometimes it's nice to have a song or a phrase to explain a state of mind that we're in. And I found myself, unable to just to get into that intuitive, creative mode when I needed to write some things for the week. And what I did is I ended up doing a puzzle. And here I was chuckling at myself because there's a lot of things to get done, a lot of things to take care of. But when I find myself doing that, standing on my feet, I know that whatever is going on in my heart and soul and mind is being manifested in my physical restlessness. And so, I practice self-deprecation and just chuckle at myself. Now, I have also learned much through the mentorship of Priya Jain and her teachings that when our root chakra has this self-preservation mode, this mode of my mind trying to figure out a whole bunch of different things that are going on right now in my children's life and with my mom, that I need to connect to my upper chakras, to my heart, to that home within. And so after several hours today, I went to my morning meeting. I was with my children. I did a few errands, and I still was not able to physically get into a mental workspace. And there were so many different things going on that my mind was literally trying to solve about 20 different things all at once, and I didn't know where to start. And when I just sat down and asked for guidance, and I just let it all go, slowly but surely slowly but surely, I felt calm. I felt safe in my body. I felt that I was able to hear some intuitive guidance. Sometimes it takes longer than other times. And today very much felt like I was running to stand still. Now, the theme of this week is going to be finding our heart center when we are in an instinctual survival mode. It is regulating that core survivalistic instinct to be able to connect with our heart and find that intuitive guidance. This came about not only through my personal experience over the last several days, but also in watching my youngest son. You know, here I was as an adult feeling this running to standstill feeling and knowing in the past I would not have so much stimuli going on in my life, meaning different contact with different people, a football game in the background, variety of different things. I had to shelter my mental, emotional, psychological surroundings beginning in treatment. Slowly but surely, I've built somewhat of a normal life. So in observing my child, who isn't with me all the time, is with his father part of the time. I can't control what is happening under the roof. Yet his exposure to things like YouTube and other technologies, I believe sometimes causes this running to standstill mode in him. And I saw him also at the same time last week. No technology, yet connecting so powerfully to the wild ocean when there were some storms here. It was not raining outside, that the waves were so wild and big, and he just went out on the beach and was going in circles and just thrilled. Now that was him connecting with his heart. That was him connecting and finding that exhilaration was the type of stimuli that I would want to surround him with all the time. Because he is aware of certain behaviors that we are working on in his little 7-year-old mind. Because I see him striving to regulate. I see him yearning for calm, steady, nature-based, soul-based stimuli. He is my hero. And often, you know, children don't hear things like that. And so yesterday, as I was leaving a play place where they were at, and the exchange was happening with their father, my boys cried when I was leaving. And their father called and said, "Can you come back? Eli wants to give you one more hug." And so, of course, I went back and I ran in and I'm hugging him and I whispered in his ear just spontaneously as his shoulder was right here. I said, "You are my hero. You did so good today. Now, my youngest son sometimes feels the urge to yell or throw. But he needs to know, as we all need to know, as we all have longed to yell or throw or run to stand still when our mind is going haywire, that we are unconditionally loved, and that every single little effort to observe self and to regulate is recognized. So that little whisper in his ear, "You are my hero," calmed him and let him know that no matter what, he is unconditionally loved. As his mother, that little whisper will then enable him, hopefully, to connect with his heart, to learn to love himself more, to learn to connect with all the beauty in nature that is out there and not the technology. And so as I speak from my heart as a mother and share the experience and the journey that I am going through in assisting my child with his own emotional awareness and regulation, I share that I too, as an adult, do the same process, struggle with the same process. And the more open, the more accepting that we are with ourselves, the more we can be with each other, and especially with our children. There is a song that is one of Eli's favorites, and it is "We Are the Champions" by Queen. And in that song, and bad mistakes, I've made a few. I've had my share of fat kicks in my face, but I made it through. I'm not going to sing the whole song. Yes, we are the champions, I said to my son. And why? Because no matter what, we love each other unconditionally. We love ourselves, and we recognize any tiny little attempt to watch our minds, to ease and calm our minds. And together, he and I sang that song. He is my hero because he is aware of what he hopes to work on, what he is working on, and whatever little baby steps there are for him, the ones that I did for myself today, and the ones that you may do this week. You are heroes. So join me this week as we work to observe our minds when they enter that running to standstill mode. And from our base, connect with our heart chakra to then connect with our intuition. And all in all, that is a home within you. On Friday at noon here live, my spiritual mentor Priya Jane will be here, and we will talk a little more about connecting with our heart to regulate our instinctual nature. On Thursday at 10, I'll share a meditation that can help with that. Please message me and let me know what you would like to hear. Home is Within You is set for release in April of this year. I cannot wait to share more excerpts And I cannot wait to hopefully be right by your side on your journey of recovery from trauma and addiction. I'm sending warm hugs. Always, together we can ban shame. I love you. Have a wonderful evening.